Welcome to the Walton Pi. Today we are going to go through some examples of function transformations. Okay, let's go through some examples of function transformations. Let's say that f of x to x squared plus 1. So if we were to look at a graph of f of x, that's just going to be this parabola. And right here it intersects the y-axis at 1. Let's say that we want to draw the exact same thing, except we want that vertex to now be here, point 2, negative 1. We need to figure out how can we draw or find the function of the exact same parabola that intersects it here at this new point as opposed to where it started. And so that's going to be what we are going to go through and do. So to figure this out, let's figure out how we have to move the parabola in order to get the vertex to be where we need it. Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to move it 2 spots over to the right, and then we also need to then move it down 2 spots so that we are able to have it at the origin, or have the vertex now be at this new point. So to go through and do this, let's pick one of these directions first. So let's start by figuring out how can we move the graph of the parabola over 2 spots to the right. So if we need to move it to the right, we need f of 0. Here, let's actually color code this to make it a little bit easier to see. So f of 0. So we are going to try and figure out how can we move that parabola so it then becomes this green parabola that has the vertex here 2 spots over. Well, that needs to be the same thing as our new function, so f sub 1 of 2. So this is telling us that 0 has to be equal to some function in terms of 2. So what that's going to be is that is x minus 2. So that's a poor way of writing it. So what we would have is here, if x is 0, this is going to behave the same thing as x equals 2 if looking at f of x minus 2 is equal to f1 of x. So this is how we are able to make those transitions. So this green function, so f1 of x, is going to be f of x minus 2. So that's going to be x minus 2 squared plus 1. The next thing is we have to move it down 2 spots. And this one is going to be able to be accomplished not by affecting x, but by affecting f of x. And so what we are going to get is f2 of x. Why am I using blue? I should use red since that is the color of the parabola. So f2 of x, well, that is going to be f1 of x minus 2. So it's just moved down 2 spots. So that is going to be x minus 2 squared plus 1 minus 2. So f2 of x, which is the eventual function we wanted to find, that is x minus 2 squared minus 1. And that is going to give us that specific parabola. Let's do another example. Let's say that we have the function f of x is equal to x squared plus 3. So again, it's going to be this parabola. And we want to turn it into this parabola. So there is the point 3, 0. And then here at 4, it's going to go up here, and this is 4, 2. So what this is going to do is this is going to both move it and compress or stretch the function, depending on which way you're thinking about it. And so what we can do is we can say, well, how are we transforming this function? So here, this is a distance of 1. And if we looked at the same distance of 1 on our original parabola, it would only go up a distance from the vertex, it would only go up 1. So here, this distance also being 1, this goes up a distance 1 here, whereas this is a distance of 2. So the different transformations that are happening are we need to first shift it, and second, we need to stretch vertically by 2. So let's do the stretching vertically first. That one is pretty straightforward. To stretch it, we just need to double the x squared part. So that is going to mean that our f1 of x, this is going to just be 2x squared plus 3. So if we were to draw that, that would be now the correct shape, but still in the wrong spot. We then need to shift it over 3 spots. So shifting it over twice, that's going to be replacing all of the x's with x minus 3's. And that's going to now have it with the vertex there and the parabola going like that. The last one, which is the one that we want, this is going to now need to shift it down 1 spot. Oh, whoops, sorry, 3 spots. Because this right here, that is x, or not x, y equals 3. So we need to shift it downwards 3 spots. And so that's going to be 2x minus 3 squared plus 3, all minus 3. So f3 of x is just going to be 2 times x minus 3 squared. I hope these are helpful to you to be able to figure out some of the other... Nah, don't do that. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. Please check out some of my other videos, and please like and subscribe if you have not already so I can continue to make these sorts of videos. Have a great day and good luck with the rest of your math.